Get your cigar. It's that time. Hold on. We pouring up over here.
I think
Time to
you're right.
celebrate. Time to have a good time.
Martha! Martha! Martha!
Yeah! It is Wednesday. It is time to salute the real. And I am your host, Brandon Cooper. And tonight, I wanted to make sure that I had a little backup on a serious topic, a topic that is one that we can't go too strong on because it's a sensitive subject, and I got my leash holder over here to keep me from going in a little bit too hard on this topic. So say hello to my wife, Miss Candace Cooper.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and I am actually excited to be here on this Wednesday. Not only because I just got my hair done. Hey, look at it, y'all. It looks so good, don't it? I know. But also, this is actually a topic that I've been interested in. And especially because being a parent of a daughter who competes on a college level, even as an athlete. Shout out to Jay if you're watching. But having a daughter that competes in track and field, being an athlete like I said, at the collegiate level, but then also, being the co-founder of our track team. This subject is a sensitive topic, but it impacts all of our children.
Yep, it does. Okay, well, if everybody has their whiskey already.
Wait. Now, I'm on your show, and I don't have my glass. Look at my glass, y'all. My glass is empty. It just has ice in it. So I need you to pour me up real quick.
Tonight we drinking on Gentleman Jack.
There you go. That's all right. I got it. Normally, you guys, I like whiskey. Don't get me wrong, but I've become a wine girl here lately. But I do like me a little whiskey, so I got my whiskey tonight.
All right, guys. So tonight we are talking about transgender athletes and should transgender athletes be able to compete in female women's sports. Again, this one is the initial answer for a lot of people, including myself. It's going to be hell no. Hell no. It's not fair. Get it. I totally understand. I'm with you guys. That's how I've always felt. But then you start doing a tad bit of research, and you start understanding that this is going to be a little bit tougher. Matter of fact, it already is a lot tougher than we assume it would be.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fight, and for many reasons. So for one, what I wanted to do is I wanted to start out with the problems that it caused, or the facts. Let me start out with the facts. And the facts when it comes to male and female. And what I read, and let me see, look at this.
And I'm assuming you're speaking from like a scientific,
the scientific
like
facts,
genetics,
biological genetics. When it comes to male and female, our actual bodies.
And while you're looking for this, I want everyone that's listening to know that we are in the process of educating ourselves.
Right.
We do not have all the answers, but this is clearly a topic that I think all of us need to be having the conversation, at least educate ourselves about. So while you're looking that up, we're not scientists.
No, not at all.
We don't claim to be doctors. We're not experts in this area. But our interest in it is that we did co-found a track and club You know,
Track and
a youth track and field team. We have a youth club, a youth sports club, and with that, it we are dealing with youth between the ages of 5 and 19, and so it's important for us to educate ourselves on this topic.
It is. Okay, so a few things that I looked at. Okay, when you talk about the biological sex differences in bones and muscles, it says that when it comes to women, of course, women are about 9%. Well, it did talk about 9. Have the smallest recorded height differences between sexes, but women are much shorter than men. Male bones are bigger and stronger. The size and the density. Peak male bone mass is around 50% more than women's, and women lose bone mass faster as they age. Okay, women and men have the same number of ribs. They do, but yeah, 12 pairs. Though some people are born with 11 to 13 pair. Men may have more than women at times. Men have bigger heads and longer arms and legs, okay, than women. And all of this, it talks to the muscle capacity as well. And men tend to average. So the way they were talking about the percentages, I read this earlier. Say if a woman, average strength woman, say if she lifted 100 pounds, most time the man would lift like 150 pounds at that same size, even if he was the same weight as her, same capacity when it comes to bone mass, everything, as far as his size to her. Even a man that was the similar size as a woman. So, I'm trying to be careful with this, guys. I could have came in here and jotted down a whole bunch of notes like I normally do, but I kind of I didn't want to go in so hard on all the differences because it's clear as I read this stuff, and guys, you can look this stuff up too. All I've been doing all day and yesterday as I was reading on some of this stuff is just Googling it. It's real easy. You can look this stuff up, but it's clear to me that when you read this stuff that men are stronger than women. Okay? It's just, we're just
Biologically
created stronger than women. Alright? Alright? Gotta be careful with that, but it's the truth. With that being said, the moment that a man steps out to compete with a woman in a sport, when you talk about the ability to jump higher, run faster, even they even talk about a man's hand strength and how his hand strength. So even if you're talking about catching a ball or throwing a ball and I mean just all of this, a man is going to biologically have an advantage over a woman. Okay? And so this alone makes it unfair in our eyes,
right,
when we say this man, born male,
right,
who, for whatever reason, that we don't understand, and it ain't meant for me to understand. All we can do is listen. For whatever reason, has decided that hey, he wants to be or live as a female.
Identifies as a female.
He identifies as a female, or a pronoun. It or him, we, however they do it now.
Yeah, all the pronouns.
All the pronouns.
Right.
Some of them don't even want to identify as a female or male.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
there's a there.
Yeah, there. I'll be lost. But with that being said, if he was born a he, okay?
A male.
All right?
Yeah.
He, based on science, is built to be stronger and have an advantage in a sport over a female. So the moment that person now enters
right
female competition,
Right.
you are basically saying that these twice as hard to have a chance to not only beat the top competition that they already had, but to now beat what was known in the beginning as a male. That's not, we look at that as coaches and mentors and teachers of youth, and initially and parents and initially say, hell no, that ain't fair. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
I'm just gonna, be very transparent. As a parent who has a daughter competing, like I said, at a college level in track and field, I would be upset. If there was an individual that was competing against her that that identified that was born as a male.
Right.
And not anything against that individual. And let me be very, very clear. It's not anything against that individual. I believe that the individual should be participating in sports. I believe that everyone should. I advocate for folks. I wish I had an athletic bone in my body, but I believe that everyone should participate. However, I do think that there is a level of, fair, of being fair in terms of just how we are just biologically just created. But here's what I found in my research, and I did some research as well. In the United States, since 2020, there are 23 states that have passed laws restricting transgender athletes' ability to participate in school sports in accordance with their gender identity. The laws vary from state to state, and creating a patchwork legal landscape for transgender student athletes wanting to participate in school sports. So in other words, you have about 23 states that have prohibited it, right? However, they're starting to kind of find that they already allow transgender students to play on the sports team that they choose. So in California, you decide to choose, you can, unless there's like a risk to injury. They do talk about that. And then there is the law, the Title IX. Now again,
hold on.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Then there's the law. Okay. The Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972 prohibits discrimination based on sex in education programs and activities that receive federal financial assistance. So what that means is that if you are an institution, a state public institution that receives federal funding, and you prohibit someone, discriminate against them based on their sex, then you will not receive any funding.
Okay. All right. So here we go. So Candace just gave some information. I gave some information. Okay. And then we talked about how we felt as parents and, of course, co-founders of a club ourselves. Now, I want to talk about like the sports. Let's put it out there real quick. What sports that we've heard this in? This is where I need y'all's help in. Okay, where are you hearing about transgender athletes competing on the female side? Okay, all right, because and the reason, guys, we're talking about on the female side because honestly, if a female wants to compete on the male side, it's not like she got no kind of advantage. She ain't got no advantage.
Well, I beg to differ.
However, here we go.
I think she may be mentally stronger. No, I'm just joking.
And she might be mentally stronger, but a physical aspect of this thing, she is not going in there with an advantage.
Yeah.
That's why I took my time and stuttered and all that stuff in the beginning. Because I'm trying to make sure it's understood that males are just born to be bigger and stronger than females.
Absolutely. But you're going to see the opposing side, Coop, that's going to say, well, women give birth all the time. And if men had to give birth, there probably wouldn't be a whole lot of children. around here, right? And so there's a level of strength. Don't
Pam
get me.
Said, Pam said that our Wi-Fi is freezing. Is it freezing?
Let's see here. No, we're good over here.
Okay.
Oh, I do see some drops. Okay, I do see like a 1% drop. Ooh, I know what I can do. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Fix that.
Let's
Thanks
fix
for
that.
Pam.
All right.
Let's fix that real quick. We don't want
Yeah.
Hey, blame Spectrum. Blame Spectrum. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Blame
Yeah,
Spectrum.
it is like a little 1% drop here.
Okay.
I did notice
I do pay
that.
attention to a lot of podcasts now. A lot of them do have some trouble, guys. So hang in there with us. We trying to
We
make
gonna
it
get
better.
through.
We actually gonna look up some better Wi-Fi and try to get us some better Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, what were you saying, Cassie?
No, I just want to be clear that we're not trying to say that women are weaker. You know, I don't want to use the term because I don't want people coming out trying to cancel us. We ain't even got started. We're not even that famous to get canceled, right?
Please, Lord.
But what we are,
Please.
we got our
Ain't
little.
have a conversation.
Look, we got our little faithful few people. So I don't want us to get canceled before we get started. But the point I'm making is we're not trying to suggest that women are a weaker gender. What we're saying is just based on science, based on biology. You know, in terms of you did a very wonderful job explaining. You know, yeah. But I do want to.
It's difficult when you're talking to the females.
Yeah. We don't want to offend anyone, right?
Yeah, mercy.
But basically what we were talking about is you were saying women compete in male sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women compete in male sports. I don't see the problem because it's not like women have an advantage over males most of the times. Okay, unless this LeBron type woman comes through all of a sudden that we haven't seen yet, and if she does, then hey, I tell you what, well, it is even, and the crazy part is I was about to say the sisters in tennis.
Venus and Serena Williams.
As strong as Serena is, guys, and at her peak, I know we want to believe. I even want to believe because I'm a huge Serena fan. But as strong as she is, she cannot compete with most of those males at the top males. Yeah. She just can't, guys. I mean,
You have Layla Ali with boxing. You have Allison Felix.
Hey, let's be 100. Layla ran for my girl down here in Austin.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't want no parts of it.
Oh,
she didn't want no parts of it. And for y'all that don't know her, what's her name? Mandigo. Y'all hit me out. My Austin people, hit me out.
Ann Wolf.
Ann Wolf.
Oh, my.
Y'all go YouTube Ann Wolf. Ann Wolf begging.
Yeah.
Layla Ali.
Oh, yes.
For that fight. And Layla didn't want no parts of it. For whatever reason.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if Ann Wolf and you get into a fight,
I wouldn't want no parts of Ann Wolf. Ann Wolf was a monster. Y'all gotta go look her up and go look at the training, the type of training that she did with some of the professional boxers here in Austin. Shout out to Mandingo. He's an amazing boxer from here, and Ann was his coach for a long time. But Ann is one of those females that she could have got with some men. I honestly believe that one could have got with some men.
Yeah.
And so
but still, it wouldn't be like a Mike Tyson. Like
hell no. You put Ann in there with
when you talk about
she gonna get destroyed.
Right.
And that's the point I'm getting to. I'm coming to that point. Because that's why I wanted y'all to put down. Yeah, Mark put Ann Wolf in here.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted y'all to put down some of the sports that these females have competed in. Let's look at this. Let me see here. Born usually brought up. Brian Hendricks says born and usually brought up to be mentally and physically stronger than females. Richard Ricardo. Swimming, track, and gymnastics.
Okay. Yeah. Those are the sports typically.
I looked up a swimmer. Leah Thomas, American swimmer, NCAA Division I national champion in the 500-yard freestyle event. I want to say he was or she.
She.
Went to University of Pennsylvania, and was like either 6'1" or 6'4". They listed his wingspan or her wingspan, and guys, with all due respect, like it wasn't even close. And to say that it's fair is, you know, I don't. Anyway, so I want to be careful with this again. But here we go. Well, we were talking about.
You saying that this person actually competed?
This was a transgender.
Okay.
And he competed. This was in 2022.
Born male,
Born male,
but now female.
And now female.
Okay.
Named Lil Thomas.
Okay.
And he competed as an American swimmer for in college.
Yeah.
Division I, and he won the championship.
And he won the championship.
At University of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Okay. But I mean, when they talked about his body,
yeah.
when he was standing there with those women.
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
And it wasn't even fair. It wasn't fair. Like, it wasn't fair. You know, some of the other women were talking about, they knew they had no chance. You know? And so, come on, man. So, here's where now here comes the debate for me. All right? Because Richard brought up, let me see here. There is James, Doc Ashley. He said there's Caster Semenya issue, plus a couple of young ladies from Nambia in the mainstream is Leah Thomas.
Leah
Thomas,
the swimmer
from Penn, who won the national championship. Also, there have been a few weightlifters. Yeah,
wow.
I saw some. Doc Ashley, I saw some from New Zealand when I was looking up some of the weightlifting. You might know some other ones. There was also a high school girl trying to train some of that.
Yeah.
This was in Texas.
Wow.
Okay, so the Caster Semenya, correct me if I'm wrong, Doc, on her. She, I don't know, is she from, I don't know, I know she's African, I want to say. I don't know which part she's from. But
what country she's from there?
Country she's from in Africa. But she ran the 800, and now she was born a female though. To my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong on that, Doc. She was born a female, but they felt like she had both.
Okay, yeah. Some people are born.
What's it wrong when they have both?
Yeah, when
they
you
have
have both
both
genders, and so you choose. Typically, the parent will choose. It is easier to choose a female.
They tested her multiple times.
Yeah.
They made her test multiple times. That woman was on the verge of doing some great things, but she was built so much like a male. Like she was literally straight up and down up here, and I mean she was she looked like a man, and so they tested her so many times. I think the majority of
born intersex, essentially both,
She was
and had significantly high testosterone. She was from South Africa.
At South Africa, born
South
intersex,
Africa.
essentially, both.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, significantly high testosterone. Yeah. So I mean, but to me that was different, Doc, and maybe I'm
getting me a little more.
Yeah. No, this is real. That's why I got Candace on here with me tonight, because I didn't want to go in because this ain't the topic to go in on, But it's a very important topic, and when people say, "Oh, hell no,"
the first thing that comes out of your mouth is no. They shouldn't be participating. But then when you go a little bit deeper, then you realize, wait a minute. Now, Tawan McDaniel, Bubba brought up the swimmer that you guys were talking about.
What did he say?
Was last when it came to the males.
The males, they did say that, Bubba.
That's right.
They said she was getting his at the time his ass kicked.
There you go.
And I think he had competed like a couple of years as a male, and then all of a sudden came over to the females, and all of a sudden he's a national champion. And see, that's the part and for the women that can't stand to hear that a male is stronger in any kind of way, the fact that a male can be at the bottom of the pole and then all of a sudden come up and be a national champion, it shows you the difference. It shows you the difference in how unfair that is. And so for those that make the argument that transgender should be able to, okay, so you allow them to do it in swimming. You allow them to do it in track. I think Richard said another one. He said gymnastics. You might have. What about if a man? See, see, because it's all coming eventually.
Yeah.
What if a man? Because that's how you gonna look at him then. You ain't gonna look at him in no chance. You ain't gonna look at him in back in no more.
Yeah.
No, you pregnant.
The
You
issue.
pregnant. I know no man ain't getting in no ring with my daughter. If my daughter start boxing, which if she start boxing, shit, something went wrong because I don't want her getting her head beat in for no money. So, but if my daughter start boxing and a man think he gonna hop his ass up and that's how I'm gonna take it at that point. Ain't gonna be no it, him, we. There ain't gonna be none of that then. If he get his ass up there in that ring with my daughter, that's a man. Yeah. Alright? And so if that man decides to get up in that ring with my daughter, I'm going up there and I'm walking my daughter out. If her coach get in my way, then me and her coach won't have a major problem.
But realistically, in our lifetime, we're probably gonna see that.
No, we not.
And I say that because I don't. The law just hadn't caught up. You know, when Title IX was passed again,
we're gonna see that.
I think we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it.
Hold on, we'll let Candace finish her point. But while she's finishing it, tell me if y'all think we're gonna see in America, a place where hold on for the folks that really watch sports, basketball done got soft. You know, we're all seeing it, and so in a place where we're seeing the sports that we're used to seeing at one point in our lifetime being aggressive, tough, hard-nosed, and now we're all saying this thing got soft. Do you really think in America?
Yes, we are. Yes.
We're going to see a man
step
in the ring with a female.
You go ahead and finish. Yes, we will. I think what we're going to see is that sports is going to have to evolve. And I don't know if that means there's going to have to be a new division that's going to have to be created. But right now, we recognize male sports and we have female sports. And, of course, then we have co-ed. But at some point, Coop, I mean, the law just hadn't caught up. But we're going to be in a space to where you're going to have, there are more transgender young people. There are more young people now that are transitioning. Either way. Now than ever, and so they're transitioning genders. They're transitioning either to male or they're transitioning to female and so forth. And so because you see all of that happening, eventually you're gonna see either we're gonna have to create a separate division, or you're gonna see where people can choose which sport they decide to participate in. It's gonna happen. It's coming. Here, let me talk about this. I brought my laptop.
Let's read a couple of these.
Okay.
Let's see here.
They're saying honestly, it's already happening. It's just not as widespread.
James Cole said, I think women wokeness created this movement on accident, negligence.
James Cole also said at the top, whatever Trump says is correct. So.
Okay, James, we're gonna enjoy your stuff now. Rob T, what's up, Coopers already? What's up, Rob T? This is a great topic. Rob T, it's a scary topic, bro. It's a scary topic, but we're trying to get through it.
Yeah.
Brian Hendricks, some women shoot better than men in basketball with the weapon and with the weapon. Yes, they do, but. Okay.
A trans league.
I'm not.
You getting down to the. Okay.
Brian, do you actually feel like a woman can compete in the NBA? That's a serious question. I'm being serious. I'm being for real. Do you actually feel? I don't care if she can shoot. Do you actually feel like she can actually compete with professional males in the NBA? That's a yes or no question for everyone that's on here right now.
Can we hold on? Can we sit on that for a minute? I think so. We're talking basketball.
NBA, yes, National Basketball Association. Yeah. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. I'm trying here. I should have did this topic. I'm dying I should stay away from here. I'm not that. This is because I want to keep it real, but at the same time, the reason I don't, I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't right now, because I also read some stuff on here where, and this is what's holding me back. It ain't the fact that I have a hard time saying what I feel. It's that.
There's so much you don't know, though, Coop.
Well, hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't. I read about one dad on here that was struggling with the fact that his transgender son, who's
daughter,
going to a daughter, okay,
yeah,
was really having a hard time with everything.
Yeah.
Being bullied.
Yeah.
Y'all know how I am about bullying.
Yeah.
I take bullying so serious. I fuck around and start crying up here. I take it so serious. Bullying and he was getting bullied constantly, and he was on the verge of suicide.
Yeah.
And the only thing that saved him is being able to participate with these girls and whatever he was doing. I can't even remember what it was, but being with those girls, that's how he got accepted, by being with those girls and participating with those girls. And so you say, well, that's one story, Coop. But see, guys, as a coach, and again, y'all got to remember, I'm a coach. One kid is a success to me.
Right.
So if you change the life of one child, I've already been successful. Okay? And I still look at myself as a young coach, even though I've been doing this since 2011. I've already had a ton of success with the amount of kids that we have graduated and sent on to college. You know? And I got so much more work to do. So much more work to do. But one kid is a success. And losing one kid is a failure. And when I say losing one kid, if one of my kids committed suicide, guys, I would need therapy. I'm going to tell you something. When you care like that, when you have passion like that, and you care about your kids that much, if one of my kids had committed suicide, I'd be messed up. I'd be messed up. And so with that being said, when I saw that, I pulled back. I ain't gonna lie to you. I pulled back a little bit. Do I feel like it makes it fair and still? Hell no. But I am with the suggestions of creating their own league.
Like a trans league.
I am with that. If there's a way to do that, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Because I can't, like, they can run if it's, for instance, say if it was track. Could they, and y'all help me out with this if I'm wrong, could they run with the males or run with the females, whichever one makes them feel comfortable, and then when it comes down to the final results, they be resulted in their own category?
Well, I mean, I think it would be just like the males run, the females run, and then you may have the, the transgender. I don't know.
If it wasn't I'm talking if it wasn't.
If it wasn't enough.
It's not gonna be enough. That's what I'm saying. So could they run with a certain gender and then but when the final results came out, like you look up track, you'll see the male results for the 100, 200, shot put, disc, 1600, whatever. You'll see the males, the females, and then you'll see transgender. Or whatever you want to call it, what I'm saying? Whatever you call it, results, the final results. Could that solve this issue by giving them their own division? I think that's the only way I can see it. And so we might end up the final answer to it, to me, and y'all can. Or
it may, because the problem is, you talked about biology, right? But science is evolving every day. Women with estrogen, and that's the other thing. Once a young person starts to transition, a born male starts to transition over to female, she will begin taking estrogen. And then vice versa, a female will start taking testosterone. So what about the females that are transitioning over to male, and they're starting to take now the testosterone hormone, but they're still participating in female sports. You see? How does that happen? Because right now, I think UIL kind of forbids, right, a lot of those performance enhancement drugs. And I don't know if testosterone, again, you guys, I don't know enough about this subject. But I'm thinking about there are
if she's starting to change
born female, and now you're starting to transition over to male as a young person, which means you're having to take the testosterone. The testosterone will cause you to grow, the hair, and you're starting to grow more muscular. Your voice starts to change. That's what the testosterone does to your body. Now, he now still compete with the females?
They're probably going to drug test them.
Well, of course.
Based on the changes that they're seeing, they're going to drug test.
Of course, but there's an exception. They're saying, hey, yes, I do take this. I do take this because I'm transitioning. So this is complicated. That's what I'm saying. This is a very complicated topic.
Well, for the girls, then they wouldn't be able to compete at all.
If they're taking right now, but again, what does that do? Title IX. I go back to Title IX. You can't it's discrimination.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with sex. That's the drugs that you're taking to be. You can't say the performance enhancement because they're transitioning. Oh, they're taking testosterone, and that's a part of the transition process. That's a part of it. So that's what I'm saying. This gets a little complicated. Let me talk to you about this case that I found. So, you guys, back in April, matter of fact, you see what Doc Ashley said? Mm-hmm. Let me read this what Doc Ashley said the WNBA champs would struggle. Listen here.
Against the
WNBA champs would struggle against the Texas high school champs of the males, the boys. Mm-hmm. Show me the lie. If y'all really don't believe that, please, guys, with all due respect, there's no way.
I hear you from a competitive standpoint,
no way, guys.
But I mean,
there is no way. When I was in great shape, I don't care which one of them women you go get down there. There's no way that woman could bang with me. It's just no way.
You think you can beat the WNBA?
I just don't believe it. I might be wrong. I just don't believe it. And I'm 6 feet, and I still don't believe it. She could probably get a rebound on me, but I mean, I'm talking about really bang, like block me out. I don't believe it.
I don't know, you guys. This is a tough one though, because I mean,
based on what I squat and how I play, I don't believe it. And that's me. I'm not even.
Okay, but if you take a woman who's transitioning and now she's taking testosterone and he's transitioning over and plays with you, then what would that?
Brian said he don't believe that. This subject is really an easy issue to solve, but just like human nature, people make it a difficult subject. If you are born male or female, you compete as such, even if you transition. Or you don't be allowed to compete at all. I am not with making another category or division. That's too much. I would not watch that. See, here it is, Brian. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch it.
But the thing about it is,
I don't believe that. I disagree.
You may not, but as a coach,
hey, so she might give me that word, but that's me. I'm 6 feet and I wasn't the best. I believed I could fly, but I couldn't fly. But if you go get a real hooper, she ain't got no shot, man. She ain't got no shot. If you go get a real basketball player, that them boys that making the McDonald's All-Americans, and they know that 10, that starting 5 and 10, whatever, gonna get out there with the WNBA women. Like Doc Ashley said, I believe those McDonald's boys would beat those women. I believe it all day long. I bet money on it. I believe it. And it's not nothing knocking the women. What I'm saying, like I said in the beginning, when you talk about the genetics, we are just built to be stronger, jump higher. I mean, that's just what we built to do, run faster. This is why. I don't even y'all see the look she gave me. a point now where she believes that she's just as strong, can hit just as hard, can run just as fast, can jump just as far, then maybe you need to step in front of me when this dude try to rob us instead of me stepping in front of you.
Well,
Now, hold on, wait a minute. Now, who gonna be the person? Who gonna be the one in the relationship that is expected to step out here to defend the other one?
so
If that's the case.
I understand. Now, there's some women that is going to argue that they are just as strong. They are just as,
Look, you can't be saying you
no.
are.
Who, me?
These looks.
I can't run from here to there without trying to get my ass
I'm just talking
pumped.
about
So
the looks that you
I'm giving you the look because I know you feel very strongly about the topic. However, we're just living in a society now that's changing. And as we evolve, you have no clue sometimes who was actually born a man or a woman. And I'm just saying, there may
I'm
be.
glad I ain't dating now. I'm glad I ain't out there. You said something. Hold on. I'm glad I ain't out there with y'all. I can't figure it out.
Because I am
Boys know how
telling
to
you,
take stuff back now that fool you.
I
can't get out there.
beautiful. Now I don't know about you guys that
This
are watching
makeup
this
is
show,
unreal.
but there are some beautiful women out there. Beautiful women. I'm telling you, will give some of the best looking women in the world a run for their money, but they were born a man. And so the reason that I'm looking at you that way, there are some women who were born male, but they identify and call themselves a woman. Not a transgender, but a woman.
Tyrone McDaniel. And this is right, Bubba. Tyrone McDaniel say Vince Carter will be an NBA Jams character in the WNBA. Y'all know NBA Jams, the big head video game,
Yes.
and they jump way up off the screen and slam it.
Yeah.
That's what he would be doing
Yeah.
if he was playing against women. It wouldn't even be fair, guys. This man jumped over. How tall was that man that was across seas when they played in the USA, guys? The USA. That man had to be 7 feet when they played in the USA. That best dunk he ever did. He jumped over a man that was 7 feet. He jumped over his head and dunked on this man. Now, what you think he gonna do to win it? It ain't even fair. That's what I'm talking about. Like, this, it's a joke. It's not fair.
No,
It's not fair.
It's very real.
It's
so let's talk about this.
Oh.
Let's talk about this 12-year-old.
Yeah.
So in April 6th of this year, the Supreme Court ruled on April 6th that a 12-year-old transgender girl in West Virginia can participate in her middle school's girls cross country and track teams, at least for now. So the Supreme Court has ruled this. You guys can go check it out. The young lady's name is Becky Pepper Jackson. And the case stems from a 2021 West Virginia law that prevents boys from competing on girls' sports teams. Lawyers representing the girl, identified as Becky, sued the state of West Virginia, saying that the law discriminates against transgender girls. A federal judge ruled against her, saying that athletes who were born male do have an advantage when competing against girls. So he said what you said. They have an advantage,
Right.
So they ruled against them. However, the girls' lawyers appealed the ruling to the federal appeals court, and they agreed that the girl could continue playing. So this is a 12-year-old middle school girl. And the ACLU cheered the ruling, saying that we are grateful that the Supreme Court today acknowledged that there was no emergency and that Becky should be allowed to continue to participate with her teammates on her middle school track team. And so that's a case that I wanted to kind of bring to your attention, especially because we have track, and so forth. You guys look it up, look the case up. This just happened in April of this year. But I'm telling you now, this situation is not just black and white. And you have to also respect, a person's civil rights. And you can't discriminate against an individual because of how they identify as well. So so the Supreme Court, of course, has ruled, at least for now, in this young lady's favor. But chances are, if this is happening now, you're going to see a ripple effect of this happening more and more, and we're going to start seeing this. So it goes back to the bullying. When they talked to the young lady, Becky, her and her mom, you know, she talked about bullying and talked about how sports was what really helped her, you know, through her transitioning process and helped her to have a sense of belonging and all of that. And so I believe this young lady, she did cross country, but also for track and field, she did the discus, and she was a thrower. There she is there.
I don't ever want to see anybody get bullied. I'm so big on bullying. I'm so against that. But the bullying is going to get worse. It's going to get even worse. Because these kids are, at that point, kicking kids out of first, second, third, whatever place that their parents are going to feel aren't supposed to be beating them, aren't even supposed to be competing against them. So it's going to get even worse. They're going to get respect on one end, but they're going to get bullied hard on another end, you know? And I mean, and basically call them freaks. And it's not fair. It's not fair to them. I think it's rough on them too. I think to put them in that situation. Brandon Doggett says, I want to read this. They separated out the people who compete in the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Create their own division so that the rules can be tailored to that population. Preach! Goddamn. Brandon, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Create a.
This is real easy to me. Create, just like you did with the Special Olympics, create their own division, and this way, nobody's affected.
And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be said. That's going to be singling out. I'm gonna tell you, we're probably gonna get to a space where everything becomes gender. What is it? Neutral.
What, like they go to these verse rooms? I don't agree with that either.
Gender.
I don't want nobody
with
the same parts that I have walking in the restroom behind my wife and my daughter. I don't agree with that. That's my personal opinion. I don't agree with that. I really don't. I look here, man, when it comes to sex itself and who you choose to be with, I don't give a shit. I really don't care. I ain't got time to worry about who having sex with who. I don't care. That's between you and your God. It is. I'm done. I don't care. Okay? But when it affects the people that I love and care for, and that's my wife, my daughter, my mom, and all these girls that I coach and love, you know, I got a problem with that if a born male is walking in the bathroom behind them. I got a problem with it, man. I really do.
I think that
if I saw it, shit. Okay, all right. I didn't say
that's another topic for another day.
Okay, I'm just saying. I got a problem with it on all sides. I really do.
Here's what I will say. There was a time in our country, and I know gender is very, 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 very different from race, and they should not be compared. Okay, and I don't agree with comparing the two because they're very, very different. But there was a time in our country where, you know, people of certain African Americans, other folks, were treated differently, and still are to this day. Let's just be real. You can't. I understand. But when you have somebody who is dealing with their gender identity, what they will say to you is that they have just as right, they have civil rights as well. They should be abided by and should be listened to, and that this country now needs to evolve to be able to catch up. That is what a lot of individuals, especially who are, you know, who have transitioned over, are saying. And I just don't know if the law.
It goes back to what Brandon Doggett said then. Just like we made ramps for people who are paralyzed, who are in wheelchairs at these buildings. You made them wheelchair accessible. Am I saying that right? You made these buildings wheelchair accessible. Okay. Make these restrooms transgender accessible. Make them accessible.
Well, they
you got your
did.
neutral
That's
people.
where gender neutral bathrooms are.
No. You made your. I want the females to go to the restroom here. I want the men to go here, and I want he, we, them, shit, whatever they want to call themselves. All them to go here, and then we'll be fine.
So I consider myself definitely an ally, okay, for the LGBTQ community.
I am too in many ways.
You are.
I am too.
And what I will say is this: when you sit down and you actually talk to individuals, which I have, I've been in many sessions where I'm sitting down and I'm talking to them. What they're saying is that I should not be, and so I'm speaking on behalf of my LGBTQ people right now. What they would say is that I don't feel like I should be discriminated. Okay, I should not have to go to a separate bathroom because I identify as something different than what I was born with, than what I was born as. And that's the conversations that they're having. So here's the deal. You have, again, there's some beautiful women. They're walking around with dresses on. They look just with going into a male bathroom. So that's their perspective, is that if I am going to transition over and I'm living my life as a woman, I'm changing my birth certificate, I'm changing my driver's license, why in the hell should I have to go to a male bathroom? Why in the hell, if I'm an athlete, should I have to compete in a male sport when everything about me is a woman?
No, some of them haven't changed yet.
They're in the process. It's a process.
But they still got my stuff down there.
Well, it doesn't matter what you have down there.
No, it do matter. Yes, it do. I disagree. Yes, it do. It very much so. It matters. I do not want to. Okay, all right. Hold on. Let's say right there, because now this is getting real. This is really getting real.
It's real.
It's been real, but now we going there.
Yeah.
Okay, your kid in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get
Go
it out. You got this male.
Elementary.
That's no. I want where your pubic area is starting to bush up. It's starting to get real here. Like let's go to 8th grade. Your male son, who's identifying as a female, wants to step in the restroom with everybody else's female daughters. You gonna be okay with that as a dad of a female? I'll wait for the answer on those. I'll wait. I know I wouldn't. I would be livid if my daughter came home at 7th, 8th grade and told me, "Daddy, I saw a PP today." Well, like, well, baby, you got PP too. No, I saw the other PP. I saw the other PP today, Daddy. Why did you see it? What was you doing? You know, I'd be ready to go off on her. And she would tell me, "No, Daddy, he walked in the restroom behind us and he was unzipping and he pulled it out and was going in the restroom." I'd probably, my tires would come off my truck. I'd be getting on my way there so fast. Trying to figure out what the hell happened. Because that's not what I wanted. I didn't send my daughter to that school today to see no male PP. That's not what I said.
That's the other part. When you have young people that are young athletes that are transitioning, they may not have completed the process. They're also going to have to be in the locker room, with the girls, or the boys will have to be in the locker rooms with the transgender athlete, vice versa. And so, I think that this is a very complicated topic.
It is.
And I don't want to, offend anyone.
I don't either. I really don't.
And the purpose of today's conversation is to bring it up because it's important. And I think that we all live in this community together, and we have to all realize that everyone has rights, and this stuff is real. There are elementary schools right now who have young people who are in transition and they are using gender neutral bathrooms.
Yeah.
Right now. That's happening. It may not be a widespread, all through. So we're going to have to start to what we have to do is to educate ourselves and be understanding. You might not be able to relate. In our lifetime, we're going to see more and more of it.
I believe. Doc Ashley says the U.S. women's national team in soccer lost to 15-year-old boys ago, 12-0 by 50 and up males team, and could have been way worse. The U.S. women's national soccer team. Mm-hmm. I mean, that just gives you another idea, on the difference, Adrian Davis said men and women are different. She also said, see what happened when the swimming title that man came and won in women's competition. Yep, correct. Let's see here. Brian said the game is more than just physical. I know that, Brian, but again, I don't believe it. A bunch of liberals. Brian said a bunch of liberals. Adrian Evans, I played tackle football with boys and basketball. It ain't the same. Men athleticism, it ain't the same. Yeah, and Adrian, I thank you for saying that. I know you're a strong black woman. But I thank you for saying that. Trez Davis says women or girls born as girls should not be allowed to participate in sports that are usually done by men or women or vice versa. You know what, Trez? Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I got no problem with women participating in male sports. I got no problem with it. Because it ain't no disadvantage to the men. If anything, that's a bold-ass woman.
Well, is it a risk for injury?
Is it a risk for injury? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, hold on. If they want to step out there on that football field, that's fine. Mm-hmm. If they want to do that, that's fine. If they want to go out there and play rugby with men, hey, knock yourself out, because that's exactly what you're going to do. If you want to go out there and play soccer with those men and let them men kick that ball, I dare you hit your head on a man's kick like you do with a female's kick. Go ahead. Go ahead. Knock yourself out, because that's what you're going to do. If you want to step in the ring with a man and box, knock yourself out, because that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do. And then they're going to try to arrest this man, and he's going to get death threats from all over the country. I dare you hit that woman, because shit, she stepped in this ring. Mm-hmm. I don't know why we're setting ourselves up for this. Mm-hmm. I don't know why we're setting ourselves up. And if it was any man that had some sense, I would step down before I stepped in the ring with a woman, because I already know what's going to happen, and I know what the results are going to be. Y'all see how they treat men in the league now for an assault in the NFL? You're done. You see what happened with Ray Rice? You're done. If it's on video and you hit a woman, you're done. This is bad as murder now. Your career is over. And so when you do that with a woman, even if it was legal and set up, and this woman was stepping in this ring like she was Debo, the moment you drop her, which is probably gonna, your ass is done. You are blackballed. Now, if you really want to set yourself up for that, then you as big of a dummy as the people that stood up there and made this fight. To me, as a man, you a dummy too. If you step your ass in there and hit that woman, you're a fool. You're a plumb fool. Straight up. That's what I believe.
Well, Cooper, I'm gonna tell you a story. You hadn't heard this story before, but in 1986. It may have been 85, actually. I was in kindergarten.
Oh, shit.
And there was this young boy.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on, Cliff Huxtable.
that was on the playground. And he wanted to swing on the swing. And he had pushed my friend Sharon off the swing.
First of all, girls develop faster than boys. So
let me finish.
Girls develop faster than boys.
Let me finish the story.
You was probably stronger than that boy at that age.
So he pushed my friend Sharon off the swing set. She fell on the ground. She's crying. I'm observing this, and me, being the superhero that I was at that age, I wasn't going to allow that. So I went up to that bully and I balled my fist up as tight as it could. And, and I'm 5 at the time. And I hauled my arm back like this here. And I swung it as hard as I could.
You're wasting time right now. What's your point?
And knocked him out.
Oh, shit.
And he bloodied his nose. And I told him, you better not tell anybody. So this is my first time publicly coming out and saying that I did do that.
You
back
waited till tonight to tell us.
In 1985. It came to me because let me tell you something.
Oh,
There are some times, what did you just say? Women do oftentimes, they can be stronger than young men.
okay.
And that was just an example. That's right.
All right, here we go. All right. Brian says bullying is another subject for y'all. It is, Brian. We will get to that. He also says, they will not create a category for them. It would not be popular. There's a whole lot of things that's not popular, Brian, including us having freedom. But guess what? It happened. We here.
Yeah.
All right. Tyrone McDaniel says the Me Too movement is getting out of control. Yes, it is. It's been out of control, Bubba. It's been out of control. I totally agree with you. Brian, gender identity. Who do you think is to blame for those kids having that issue? No comment. Jay Cole, DNA don't change. Yeah, it sure don't change. You right about that, Jay. And that's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. Goddamn. Shit. It don't change. DNA don't change.
Now you can't
You can cut off.
Yeah.
You can cut off the testicles.
You can't change it yet.
Huh?
You might yet. Not yet. You just never decide. Stuff is evolving, Coop. I mean, there's so much stuff going on out there.
You gonna be up there with Tom Cruise and that scientific church.
I'm just saying.
That's too much, man.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with it. Thank you, Tanya. People make it complicated. It's not really. It's really not. You are what you were born. Yeah. Mm-hmm. James, this is like telling someone the sky is green when it's clearly blue. It's not complicated. It's basic sense. 1 + 1 is 2. It's not 5. You can't tell me it's 5 because you want to feel good. Mm-hmm. James, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. I promise you I'm with you. I'm with you. Let me see here. Brian, I'm so happy my kids are grown. I will be very diligent to make sure my grandkids are what they are born. Hey, teach their own, brother. I'm with you, though. I feel you. Mark, a bunch of laughing emojis. Top one today, Tamika Simmons used to outrun everybody from 1st to 3rd grade. You damn right she did. Girl, well, let me say here. Tamika Simmons, God bless her, that's CKT, represent baby. Tamika Simmons was a woman in 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade. I mean, she was already a young woman. The girls develop faster than the boys. That's understood. We see this out here at track every year. Mm-hmm. Every year.
We do.
We see girls in that 8 and under, 9 and 10 range that can outrun the boys like it ain't nothing. These boys develop slower. Girls develop faster. That is, you get to the point now, guys. I mean, some of these girls are starting to hit their period. 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, 1st, 2nd grade.
9, 10 years old. They start to hit their period.
Right.
So, yes, these girls are developing way faster than boys. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, bro, you're right. Brian, now we read that scene, now it would be different. Okay.
I'm talking about the story I told.
Oh, shit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because she was a look. Anyway. It's ain't no use to try to explain that mechanic. The only reason it would be the same is because of Coop. All right, well, I'll let you. That laughing was for that punch Candace shoulders. Boy, you see it. You see why I gotta stand in front, and that's why.
Let me tell you
something. And I'm gonna tell you something. Hold on. Before we end this show for the night, y'all see how my wife punch. Do y'all see this? This is why I hate the fact that women creating this, because if I don't protect my wife, It's gonna get ugly. Now,
I was
what
a
I
brown
did do
belt.
is I did buy my wife some hardware.
Yeah,
So she ain't got to throw no punch.
Yeah, I don't
All
have
right. I bought her some hardware.
Yeah.
She knows how to cook. She walk around with her clips, all shit. She act like she Magnum PI.
That's right.
Walking around here with them clips, so she know how to use her hardware. So
That's right.
she can protect herself because she got some hardware. But if it ever came down to her having to fight, come on, man. That's why. Like, and it's women out here that are in worse shape than she is. That are talking all that shit. And that's the problem, man. Come on, man. That's why I say this is a bigger conversation than tonight. Way bigger.
It really
I really
is.
want to focus on the sports tonight.
Yeah.
But it's so much deeper than that. All I'm gonna say is as we get to the point where we ready to end this thing.
Yeah.
Let's
wrap it up.
Wrapping it up. I just want to say that.
Is this the final thought? Hold on.
I guess I really don't have no final thought for the night.
You don't have a final thought.
You
Okay.
give your final thought. I give my final thought. Go ahead.
Let me hit the thing. Just because this is the final thought. Here we go.
You go ahead. Go first.
You want me to go first?
You go first.
All right.
Just go first.
I'm glad that we brought this topic up for tonight. And the reason is because we have to understand that the world that we live in is the world that we're in currently is not going to look the same 10 years from now, and it's certainly not going to look the same 20 years from now. And that's the great thing about society. We evolve, and as we do, we're going to have to open our minds up, and we're going to have to honestly educate ourselves. It's going to start with education. Because everybody belongs and should have a sense of belonging. But I think that if we're just completely 100% closed off to a lot of these ideas, I don't necessarily think that we'll be able to evolve and everyone will feel like they belong. So that will be my closing thought, my final thought for tonight. Again, I consider myself an ally for the LGBTQ community. I always have. I have some great, wonderful friends that are within the community, and I am always trying to learn as much as I possibly can, because at the end of the day, while again, I have a athlete, a daughter who is a female athlete. I have nieces and nephews who I love. We have a track club who we love. I understand and know that we're going to have to open up our thought process in terms of what the future is going to look like in youth sports.
Good stuff.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. I will not be closed-minded to change. I believe the only thing that's consistent about life is change. I believe that over the years, our people have come from a long ways for us to be here speaking in front of you right now. And that was all because of change. And a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of things went into play for that change to occur. I'm not going to be closed-minded to the feelings, the desires of other people who desire that same said change. Okay. I want to make sure that I'm clear with that. I'm willing to listen to them and understand them, because right now I'm ignorant to the thought process or the feelings or the hurt and the pain that they're going through by living a life that they don't identify with. I'm ignorant to that, because that's not a life that I live, and it's not a life that I understand. And I don't want to be unfair to those people who are living a life that I don't understand.
So I'm willing to listen to those people. However, I want to make this clear as well. I'm also understanding of the people that they affect when we cater to their needs or their wants by putting other people who are living what we have considered the norm in a difficult situation by supporting these over here and now putting them over here to compete with these over here. To me, you're now trying to support this other group by hurting the group that ain't did nothing wrong either. So this reminds me, and it's not the same, because it's not like these over here that are misunderstood and are going through something that most of us are ignorant to, who had not been through those type of feelings. So it's different, but it feels like when we take that kid that is struggling with behavioral issues and we giving them all this time and come on, and we motivate them and we encourage them, and everybody's spending so much time with this person. Yeah, you got this other kid over here that acts like a model citizen every day, does everything they're supposed to do. Quiet, handling their business, going to class, want to be a good student, and doing everything right, and they get no time from us because we're giving all the effort to this bad kid. You know, for whatever reason, the kid might not really be bad. The kid might have just been through some things. The kid might have been molested. You don't know what the kid been through. But this kid is having behavioral outbursts, if you will. You know, mental health issues, if you will. And because we are putting so much effort into that kid, we're forgetting about the kid over here that's causing no problems at all. And that's what it feels like. It's not the same. It's not the same. Because I'm not saying this kid over here is a behavioral problem. What I am saying is that it's different from what we're used to. It's not the norm. And because it's not, more time trying to figure this out. And we got these other kids over here that are willing to just do the sports and they're fine. But they're going to be put in a situation where they are affected because we're trying to figure out how to help them. These over here, them, he's, she's, we's, it's, whatever they are. They, there, them, okay? So I'm willing to listen. I'm one of them guys that's willing to listen. I'm not all the way over there. But let me make this clear. I don't care who you mess with. I don't care who you have sex with. I don't care who you I don't care. For you to go there. For anybody to go there. I don't care. But when it starts to affect the people that have not done nothing to you, you know, don't cause no problems for you, I do have a problem with that. So I'm hoping that as many of y'all say that this could possibly be something that continues to grow and possibly take over our sports, I'm hoping that if it does, and this is something that I'm sure that we'll come back to in the future as this show has grown, and
we'll have to get experts on.
And we're in an entire. But matter of fact, we'll have people come in and talk on this.
Because
we don't sit back and listen.
We don't have answers.
This is something. I ain't gonna sugarcoat you. And Candace is pretty much like me. If we don't know, we don't know, guys. We don't know, and I don't try to sit here and act like I do know, because I do not know the deep details when it comes to what's going to happen with this topic right here. I also don't know really how these people feel or what they're going through to be in this situation.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
I don't know. And so to talk on this as if I did, I'd be, you know, it wouldn't be real. It wouldn't be saluting the real. You know, and so I'm not gonna sit in that.
You're not qualified.
I'm not qualified
to
I ain't
have
qualified at all.
this type of conversation. You know,
What I am qualified to do though is say that I do train
that's
youth
yeah.
that this would affect, and so even though I'm willing to listen to the other side, I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you I'm deeper on the side with the babies that I train right now. Now, I did hear and understand that story when that parent talked about her kid being bullied and close to committing suicide. I heard it. I read it. I felt it. That's scary. And the moment that I'm in a situation like that, you know, most times people don't really change. When you see people that's really pushing for donations for cancer, it's because they had somebody in their family close to them die for cancer. If you see somebody closer to heart disease or something like that, it's because somebody in their family probably that they were close to that died from heart disease. Parkinson's, somebody died from it. Well, the moment that I train a kid that's going through this, my feelings will probably change. You know, not all the way, because I still got the other kids as well. But I will open up and understand more of what that kid was going through,
their journey,
and I'll be, man, look here, man, I'll be down 100 for him, man. If he's down 100 with me, or he or she or whatever, I'll probably be down with them, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, and I'm gonna have to check myself because see, you know, I'm about protecting all my kids, and if that kid is being, y'all already know, if that kid being bullied, y'all already know I'm going down with it. So I gotta be careful. But and Candace is really gonna have to help me during that time. But I know that I'll be willing to go with him and support him in whatever part of his journey he's in. You know. But I don't know much now. All I know is that, you know, it is a concern. And I think that we should all kind of prepare ourselves for, you know, if you love youth sports and high school sports, we should prepare ourselves for what's going to be coming in the future. And I'll leave it at that.
All right. Now I noticed that you did give me a little applause and you gave yourself a big applause. I do want to thank you for letting me be on camera for, well, not letting me, I guess, but inviting me to be a part of Salute the Real tonight. I did enjoy it. I did have my whiskey. I don't know if you may have taken me on. Are you trying to take advantage of me? Is that what you?
Man, that drop of whiskey you drink, man, get out of here. Hey, look, man, y'all stay up, stay real. We'll be back with y'all on Monday with another topic. Hey, please, guys, in the future, we want y'all to start sharing this on your page for us, man. Help us out. Have a party, have a watch party on your page. You know, support us, guys, man. We having some good conversations, and you know, it's only gonna get better, you know, as we begin to add more people. So, like, share, subscribe. Much love to all y'all that responded tonight. Thank you so much for talking this through with us. And it's not like this was one that we.
Yeah, really we're gonna have to come back later, I think, with a part two. But we're gonna have to have invited guests to come on to help us through this conversation. Right. I mean, this is one of those ones that honestly, and both of us. I mean, you know, so I think that we've gotta just, you know, heads up, you guys, everyone that's watching, we will be bringing on guests and inviting guests, and even you at home will be able to even participate with us. So we wanted to, you know, the first month or so when we kicked off our shows, we wanted to make sure that, you know, you guys kind of got to know us and so forth. But we're looking forward to actually bringing on guests. And so this will be a topic that, we definitely got to do that with.
Before we go, Ty One says, keep it going, fam. I love the foundation. Ain't no ceiling. This will definitely be a top podcast. Keep it going.
Yay! We're going to speak that into existence.
Appreciate it, bro.
We're manifesting that. Top podcast.
It's going to come. It's going to come. I ain't worried about it. I can honestly tell y'all this, guys. I haven't failed at anything when this woman is behind me, being honest, I haven't failed at anything. So
We can make
so
it happen.
so yeah, I think it's gonna happen. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm crazy enough for it to happen. So
There you go.
so hey, look, y'all stay up. Salute the real. I'm gonna knock out the rest of my little bit of whiskey.
Mine is gone.
Oh well.
So I'll take the ice.
All right.
Woo!
Salute. Y'all keep
All
real.
right. Bye now.